Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Soapbox Sunday. My name is Chris Peter. Remember, every Sunday you get a new episode and I do them off of your tweets and topics and questions. So, this week's question comes from my good buddy, STL Sports Fan 33, first name really Darren. And his question is, what was your favorite invented game growing up? Now, growing up a lot of people played kickball, Foursquare, kind of games like that, but there's always those times when you just kind of accidentally came up with something or just kind of on the fly decided, let's try this, and you make a game out of it. My buddy who submitted this, Darren, is actually my kind of partner in crime when it came to coming up with a lot of these games. One game involved a home run derby with tennis rackets, where we would basically hit a tennis ball with tennis rackets, say so far away. I don't remember what the boundaries were for home runs, but it was kind of a good time. A lot of times we would bounce the ball off his garage and act like we were fielding it. Maybe not really a made-up game, but a lot of times I would throw the tennis ball over his house, cause a lot of lost tennis balls. But I think my favorite invented game of all time has to be water or pool baseball. So when we would jump in his pool, he had one of those above ground but kind of huge pools. We'd play basketball, he had a hoop. We'd get those like little wrestlers. Remember I had like the Hulk Hogan and ones that were like stuffed. And we used to get those wet, throw them in the water, and then they're like even heavier. They felt like real wrestlers. But one day, he had those rings that kind of look like hula hoops with weights on the bottom, and they sank to the bottom. And then he had a pool noodle and just like some kind of foam ball or something. So what we decided to do was set the rings that were like hula hoops laying flat along the water, and that would kind of designate what the bases were. And then you use the noodle as your bat, and finally, obviously, the foam ball is your the ball. So how you played was, first rule, if you hit it out of the pool entirely, it was an out, because it just sucked having to get out there and try and get it. I think, and I'm not for sure, I think a home run may have been hitting it into one of the rings themselves. I'm not for sure on that. It may have been even hitting it into the water, the filter thing. And I'm sure Darren will end up commenting on this and clarifying on this. But so the person would pitch, and then the batter would hit it. So if you're fielding it, you got them out by throwing the ball into one of the rings. So if they're running to first, you had to throw it to the first base ring before they got to it. I think to get there, you had to get there and put your hand in or whatever it was to be safe. We spent many summer days playing this game. We probably lost a ton of balls, but maybe the one that we used that really worked, we always seem to find. Because obviously you don't want to just cream it, because if it goes in the woods, he had woods to the backdrop of his pool, you have to go out there and try and find it. You don't want to find snakes or any crap like that. But it was a good time. We spent just tons of time coming up with the rules as we would play, designating these home run boundaries and what was, first, second, third, all that stuff. It was a blast. And on top of the other games we always used to kind of come up with, that was probably my favorite one. Obviously, because it was in the summer, you got to play in the pool. It didn't have to be out in the heat, when you're in the nice water. And, we both grew up playing baseball, and we were actually on the same team for quite a long time. So it was just a good time. It was hard to really play with anybody more than me and himself, because, once you get too many people, it just doesn't work out. But it was a good time. So I'd have to say that's probably my favorite invented game growing up. So what was your favorite invented game when you were growing up? Did you create any cool games? Any special rules? Kind of what was it and what did you base it off of? Or was it totally random? You just totally made up your own thing? Let me know by subscribing and commenting on this video below. I try and get here and comment back with you guys. Also tweet me with the hashtag SoapboxSunday and let me know what your game was. I'm interested to hear what it was, just kind of growing up. I got a son, so maybe as he grows up I'll get to teach him some of these cool games. I don't know if it'll be as cool as pool baseball, but who knows. So that'll do it for this week. As always, like, subscribe, share with your friends. I appreciate you watching every week. And remember that you get to submit the questions for each Soapbox Sunday, and I will answer them. They can be about anything at all. Again, obviously last week, I don't remember what we talked about. Oh, what makes a great horror movie? And then this week, we talked about our favorite invented childhood game. So it can be anything. So just submit it to me, whether it's on our Facebook page, on YouTube, Twitter. Just hashtag Soapbox Sunday and leave your question and give me something to talk about. So remember, every Sunday, new Soapbox Sunday. And until next time, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you then. Go play some pool baseball, even though it's like -5 degrees out. No big deal. Thanks.